From our fruit that bites back department, bromelain is a powerful protein-digesting enzyme made to break down protein cells. It's mostly concentrated in the core of the pineapple or close to it. This stuff is even used as a meat tenderizer these days. But once you've swallowed that mouthful of pineapple, your stomach's acid will break down the bromelain fast. If the burning sensation is too much for you, then there's a way to get rid of it. Cooking alters the enzymes in any food, so sticking your pineapple on the grill will stop it from hurting you altogether. The tissue in our mouth heals faster than any other part of our body, thanks to the increased blood flow to our face as well. In other news, donkey milk makes the world's rarest and most expensive cheese. To create Pyule cheese, the donkeys have to be hand-milked 3 times a day. It takes over 6 gallons of milk to produce just 2 pounds of crumbly white cheese. It costs about $600 a pound. This cheese is remarkably high in protein, calcium, and omega-3, and it's an excellent alternative for people with cow's milk intolerance. But $600 a pound? The admittance rate for Harvard is 4.7% of applicants out of 100. Walmart is a bit harder, at only 2.6%. When things get hot, they move quickly, while the opposite applies to cold. If any atoms stop vibrating, they're at absolute zero. A freezing cold 459.67 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Kelvin. It's almost impossible to get to this temperature though. Not even space is that cold. It holds an average temperature of 2.7 Kelvin or about minus 455 degrees Fahrenheit. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance, or a regiment, or even a colony. A flamboyance matches those birds the best, huh? Hey, I like pink. Creating giant flocks of thousands, they fly to water bodies all over the world. They have to stick to different food in different places, so their colors change quite a bit, depending on whether they eat algae, shrimps, or insects. Humans and emperor penguins are the only warm-blooded animals to stay in Antarctica during winter. We can wear coats though. The penguins are stuck in formal wear. Emperor penguins form large huddles. To share body warmth and provide protection, they form a huddle that's constantly moving. This way, any of them can get a turn in the middle. Clouds look white because they're reflecting sunlight off the water droplets. When they're thin, a large portion of the light passes through, making the cloud appear white. As the amount of water increases, so does the thickness. We see this as gray. The coque de mer, or sea coconut, produces the world's largest and heaviest seeds. A single seed can be 12 inches long, 3 feet around, and weigh over 40 pounds. Rabbits may be cute and cuddly, but in Brisbane, Australia, it's illegal to keep one as a pet. You can keep them only for approved purposes, such as public entertainment, like a magician. The Kármán line is the general international consensus for the start of space. It's at 62 miles, or 328,000 feet above sea level. The human brain is made up of 60% fat. This makes it the fattiest organ in the human body. Gray matter makes up about 40% of the brain's weight and contains 100 billion signal-transmitting neurons. Moving on, in Utah's Fish Lake National Forest lies the pando. It's better known as the trembling giant. Over 47,000 quaking aspen trees share the same root system. They've been there for so long that they are estimated to be close to 1 million years old. A margherita pizza has tomato, mozzarella, and basil on top to represent the colors of the Italian national flag. A delicious random fact. Ever sneezed because of a cat? Pets can be allergic to humans too, because cells shedding from our skin and hair, though it's rare. Also, it might be because of the smells we cover ourselves in every day, like deodorants and perfumes. The world's largest sandcastle, measuring 57 feet 11 inches high, was created in Germany on June 5, 2019 by Sculptura Projects. It took 3.5 weeks and a staff of 20 to make the sandcastle out of 11,000 tons of sand and water. Antarctica's largest native land animal is a wingless midgefly called Belchica antarctica, at only half an inch long. Now wait. Every other animal in Antarctica is considered a marine animal. Seals and penguins spend most of their time in the ocean looking for food. Antarctica is also the only place on Earth where there are no native ants. General Sherman is the world's largest tree. Located in California, the giant sequoia is over 2,000 years old and is taller than the Statue of Liberty. There's a city called Boring in Oregon that has sister cities called Dull in Scotland and Bland in New South Wales, Australia. Polar bear fur isn't white at all. It's transparent and hollow, and their skin is black. Their coat camouflages so well that it can sometimes pass as a snowdrift or snow dune in Arctic environments. A thick layer of body fat keeps them warm while swimming, and a double-layered coat keeps them warm from the cold air. Now, it's always drawn and shown this way, but our sun isn't yellow, orange, or even red. It's a mixture of all the colors together. If we could look at it, it would appear white. The core of our sun reaches an estimated 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. But we've made it hotter on Earth. Researchers at Sandia National Laboratories produced in their lab scorching hot 3.6 billion degrees Fahrenheit with some superheated gas. Back in 1930, there was a day without news. On April 18th, the BBC radio station in London reported there was no news at the 8:45 p.m. time slot. For the rest of the 15-minute segment, they played some relaxing piano music. I think we should bring that back sometimes, don't you? Humans seem to be the only animals who really get a kick out of eating spicy food. Sure, there are benefits from eating the chilies themselves, like antioxidants, faster metabolism, and vitamin C. But we can get all that from other vegetables. There doesn't seem to be any real reason to put ourselves through those hot peppers. Get equipped for any season with brand new Brightside merch. Click the link and grab your print. The majority of bananas consumed around the world are from the Cavendish hybrid. They've got no seeds and are able to reproduce with the aid of farmers. The farmers remove and transplant part of the stem, helping to keep our favorite yellow fruit going. This makes nearly every single one of these bananas genetically identical. Hot water will freeze quicker than cold water. It's called the Mpemba effect. If you put an open container with hot water into a freezer, the water will keep evaporating from steam. Less water means less to freeze. When you eat carrots, your skin could turn orange. Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, a natural orange pigment. Too much of this pigment can change how you look a bit, especially in body areas with thicker skin, like your palms, soles, knees, and elbows. The ocean is blue because water absorbs the majority of red colors in the light spectrum, so there are only all the shades of blue left for us to see. Still, under certain conditions, it can change colors completely. It might turn green, brown, red, pink, and orange as light bounces off the particles in the water or sunrises and sunsets. The majority of the ocean is entirely dark. Hardly any light can penetrate the depths of the oceans. Now, if a zombie invasion ever happens, don't worry. There's a special center in the US with a real website with checklists of necessary items, blogs, a graphic novel to show you how serious it is, and even a poster to show you're ready. And if the zombie turns up with a pineapple, then you're in real trouble. The largest desert in the world isn't the Sahara. It's covered with snow. The Antarctic Polar Desert covers the continent of Antarctica and is the size of about 5.5 million square miles. That's 1.5 times the size of the United States. A desert isn't measured by temperature or sand. It's defined as a place that receives less than 10 inches of rainfall each year. A giraffe's neck is about 6 feet long, while a human's neck is just 4 inches on average. But we share one thing in common. We both have only 7 bones in our necks. The major difference is their bones are about 10 inches long. In 2015, the University of South Australia created a bike that stretched for over 155 feet. The bike had to be wider than average to stop it from tipping over because of the length. But a brave group of cyclists did manage to ride the bike nearly 330 feet. It's not an oversized tongue that sticks out of a clamshell. That's their foot they're using to move around. It's also quite strong, giving them the ability to dig deep down into the sand and mud for protection. There's a fruit in Central and South America named black sapote. It tastes and looks like chocolate pudding. Ooh, let's try that. The longest game of cricket lasted over 12 days between England and South Africa in 1939. It ended without a winner because the English team had to catch their boat home. The first trailer in a movie theater was shown in 1912, but for a Broadway show, not a movie. The trailers were originally played after the movie because they trailed it. Eventually, they started appearing at the beginning, as viewers would instantly leave the theater once the movie had finished. Hey, it's over. Bye-bye. No, really, I'm done. Bye.